Hey guys, Michael here. Spring is here and we're getting out in the yard and we're doing yard work, and I noticed we have a pair of shears that has quite a bit of rust. We tend to leave these out in the yard in the rain and whatnot, so they do get rusty over time. Um, so yeah, it happens. So I'm going to share with you today how to take the rust off your tools, whether it be a pair of pliers, a hammer, or even garden shears such as this. Today I'm going to use the F1 Ultra, and you can do this basically with any IR laser that you're going to be, running that laser across the metal. So stick with me. Let's get to it. I have this tool here. It's got rust on both sides. It's got rust over here, a lot right there, and some more surface rust here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just take the rust off of all this part and this entire part right here, flip it over and do the same thing. So the first thing to do is stick it in the F1 Ultra, and I'm going to set the focus of this guy. I want to make sure those dots line up. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually focusing here, but this part is lower than this part. So I'm going to focus on this point and just go down a little bit more. It's not super critical. I'm just going to split the difference between these two heights. And let's hop over into xTool Studio so that we can actually draw out our engraving. So I'm in xTool Studio. I am connected already to my F1 Ultra. Let me refresh the background by taking a picture with the camera. Now I can see this piece. What I'm gonna do is zoom in by holding the control key and mouse wheel up a little bit. And let me pan down a little bit more. Now I want to trace this so that I'm only engraving on this part right here. To do so, I'm gonna come over here on the top left and pick vector. And this allows you to draw a vector image, any shape, any size. So I'm just gonna start picking just on the outside of this tool and work my way around. And I'm going to fix this part here in a second. Let me get it kind of close. Doesn't have to be exact. Make it a little bit bigger. When I finish, click on the other point and hit done. Now I have this piece ready to go. I can come over here and switch it to engrave. I can see where the engraved part's going to be. I'm going to go over here and adjust the laser power, the laser type, to set it to fiber. Laser power, I'm going to crank it all the way up to 100. And as far as the speed goes, and actually power itself, it really depends on your trial and error. What I found for something like this, it's not a super critical piece. It's just a garden tool. So I'm going to leave it at 100% power, but I'm going to set the speed to 1,000. I could probably lower that down and make less passes, but I like 1,000 because it's pretty quick. I don't have to wait a long time, and I can run it multiple times if need be. So I have this ready to go, but the next thing I need to do is actually take a look at the framing feature and see, am I going to mess up this handle part, or am I actually going to be on the metal? So with this framing, I'm going to leave it outline. So what outline does is it does the framing all the way around the piece, whereas rectangle, it does a rectangle of this whole part right here. I'm gonna leave it outline because I want to actually see the shape. Doing that, I'm gonna leave it on outline and hit framing. All right, so I'm taking a look now. I can see the framing light, and it's kind of hard to show you from this angle, but I can see right here that this light, this blue light, is actually going to hit the handle. So I'm going to slide this down just a hair. And then I can look everywhere else. Do I see a blue light touching anything that I want to engrave? No, I don't. So it's just around the outside of this. Another trick you can use is a piece of paper or a piece of wood, and you can actually see where did that blue light fall, like that. So I can see exactly, is that where I want it to be? And you can do that. So I think that's in a good spot. Coming back over here at the software, I'm finished framing. I can turn that off. I can come over here to the right and hit process. So this is an example or a preview of what it's going to do. It's going to take 38 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and hit start here. Move on over to the F1 Ultra. We're going to open this lid so that you guys can actually watch the magic happen, and I'll be sure not to look at it. And I'm going to come over here and press the start button. So as you can see, it's starting to take the rust away. And what I'm going to do is run a couple more passes. I can do so just by simply double pressing this button here, and it'll start the process again. All right, let's take a look at the results here. As you can see, most of the rust is gone. I think that's plenty. I don't want to mess up my shears any, but I did want to take most of the rust off, and that looks really good. What I'm going to do now is work on the back side using the same image. So since it's a mirror image of each other, front and back, I can simply take it in xTool Studio and mirror my image and line this up. So let me go into xTool Studio now. So here we are in Studio. I can hit finished. I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to reflect it horizontally. So putting my shears back in and refreshing the image here. Now I'm looking at the other side, and I simply need to zoom in a little bit and line up my object again. Turn on framing, and then using the framing feature, I'm going to adjust my shears, rotate them a little bit, move them up and down a little bit until they fit that engraving outline. I think that's lined up. Let me go back to Studio. And using an inside Studio, I'm going to change the number of passes from 1. I'm going to jump that up to 4, because that's how, I believe that's how many times I just did it for the other side. Although this side's not quite as rusty, I'm going to go ahead and just do 4 passes, so I only have to press the button once. Now that I'm ready to go, come over here to hit process, click start to send it to the F1 Ultra, and simply press the button to get started. So that's all there is to it to take the rust off of a tool. Here is one side of it, and here's the other side. Now what you have to do is figure out a way to actually coat this so that it doesn't rust on you again. You can use some 3-in-1 oil to rub on there. You can maybe use a spray of clear coat on there, or you can maybe stop leaving this out in the rain. So yeah, there's ways around protecting this after you've cleaned it up and taken the rust off. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.